Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to Crafted Chaos. It's been a little while, but we are back after some time, and it is good to be back in the modded survival gameplay. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, go check that out. I just uploaded it last week. You will be all caught up and ready to go. If you have seen it, well, lucky you are in for a treat today. And before I get too far into today's episode, I would like to give a quick shout out to Arkenfrost, who reminded me that I can enable the icons of mobs on the journey map, so that will make things like finding cows a little bit easier, as we were struggling to do that and had to resort to breeding the cows that were in here, which, yes, there are 2 now. But we got our backpack in the last episode, if you saw that, so we have a few valuables stored away in there. Today, we are exploring. We are going to see if we can find a place that we would like to settle in permanently for this world. So I said that we would explore up this way in the last episode, so that is what we are going to do. And I'm not too concerned at the moment with exploring structures, though we did check that one out in the last episode, or just checking out these various tree types. I'm not so concerned with that as much as just finding a very scenic and impressive looking place to build a house and a whole settlement. We're going to need a lot of space to expand in the future. There's some more of that crude oil, yep, that will come in handy late in the game. Of course, for now, we are still working with manual tools and crafting tables and all of that, so we have a ways to go before we automate everything. But it looks like over here we have what looks like a bamboo jungle, another one of those towers. Remember, we noticed that there was a trap chest in the one over by the village with TNT. Although we did find some good loot from that, it may be worth heading up there and just getting some of that. Alright, we have XP boost 3, multi-shot, a few emeralds, and some gold as well. We don't really need the lead at the moment, though they are handy. I just don't see a use for those. We will put on that chainmail helmet though, and throw some more of those valuables into our backpack and continue exploring. Uh-oh. Okay, we did something. Alright, we're gonna stay away from that. I don't know what we did, but it said that something has awoken, and I'm just running back to the village now because I am hoping to sleep. Again, not sure what we did. That's why I want to sleep, because there are a lot of dangers in modded Minecraft, and we are definitely not equipped to handle those this early in the game. It's definitely my fault, though, for not taking a bed with us, but again, not sure what we did, but nice to know that it's very important to sleep, so let me grab a bed while we are here. But I wasn't too fond of the direction we were heading anyway. I wasn't a fan of that environment. I'm trying to find something a little bit more neutral, not too warm, not too cool. Although I would like to find, again, an impressive landscape around. I know that with the mountain generation from the vanilla game and Biomes O'Plenty, as well as a few other biome mods, there are quite a few impressive mountains that I think would be cool to build off of, but again, it's just dependent on what we can find. So I think what we will actually do is just create a waypoint for this village so that we can quickly find our way back, and we will travel by boat, maybe out in this direction just to see what we can find, kind of get away from these warmer biomes, the jungle here and the bamboo forest over here, and head up this way, see if we can find anything a little more temperate for us. And I could only assume that there are mobs in the ocean like sharks and other mobs like that, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong about that. Of course, we have some vanilla mobs over here and some flying fish right there. No sharks, no whales, although I'm pretty confident that whales are a part of one of the mods that I have, but no sharks. That's a good sign for us, I think. All right, yep, here's a whale right there. Kind of hard to see, but it's definitely there. And it just killed a squid, or is losing to a squid. Okay. Circle of life, I guess. And I am very excited once we get late in the game to take advantage of the create mod and make things like boats. We have some buffalo right up there on that little shoreline. But as I was saying, boats and other vehicles and stuff, kind of not necessarily super fast travel, but practical. And right now it's just been nothing but these kind of pink and blue vibrant landscapes. I'm hoping to find something a little more vanilla, of course, at the same time. This is modded Minecraft with over 200 mods, so maybe I should change my expectations just a little bit. I think we will head up this river and see what we can find. You know, it's definitely very colorful, but I think it's looking like a pretty decent place to live. I'm not really sure what we have going on over here with all this super tall grass, but I guess we will see what biome this is. It looks like we have a redwood forest right over there. The grassland, oh, of course. And that is some very tall grass. That is impressive. I can hardly see my way through it, but we will manage. Hopefully we don't fall in a cave, and that caught me off guard. He blends in nicely, though, to this environment. I thought for sure he was chasing after me, though. That's why I jumped. All right, but let's get right up here and see if we can spot anything through this grass. Probably not. Here we go, right up here on this dirt mound. Let's jump up here and, well, it looks like we have some sort of forest similar to an acacia forest right there, a savanna, and then of course the redwood forest right over there. I don't think the grassland is going to be a great place for us to settle, but maybe right over here in whatever forest this is. Let's go find out. Let's see, how about what do we have? The Magnolia Woodlands. I think that is a pretty nice biome for us to settle in. I'm going to go ahead and sleep real quick. We don't need to awaken any more creatures of the night. And I think this would be a good place for us to settle. We do have some pigs. We have some bees flying around. That's not a huge issue because I forget which mod it is, but one of them, there is essence of different creatures, zombie essence and fish essence and all of that. So I think we can bring mobs back to life. Again, that is a ways down the road, but not a huge concern for us that we only have pigs, but that will be a good supply of food for now. But now that we kind of know where we're gonna settle and build a house, let's go ahead and do just that. Let's build a house. So I think we will clear out some of these trees right here and maybe put it right here on the shore. I think that would be a great place for us to have it. We could even have a little staircase that goes down and a small dock that will eventually turn into a big dock, I am sure. But we will place our bed down. Can we place our backpack? We sure can. And all the other resources are in the village, so I think we will just kind of make do with what we have here and occasionally travel back to the village or set up a nether portal. So let's get some of these trees knocked down. Perfect, I'll just clear away some of this grass here and we will level out the terrain. And we will get started with our house. So we have a very red wood, a brighter red wood from the magnolia, not to be confused with the literal redwood that we have right over there. I'm gonna see if we can set out, maybe we will chop down a redwood tree. Of course, the axe durability isn't going to be enough for us to do an entire tree, but just to get a few different wood types, since the red looks great, don't get me wrong, it's just I'd like to have a little bit more material for building. And it looks like we have a couple other trees in here as well. Let's see what we have. A mahogany tree. Oh, perfect. That is a fantastic wood to have, so we will chop down a couple of these. And it looks like we have a smaller redwood tree right here. Let's go ahead and chop this if we can. Did quite a bit of durability on the axe, but we have plenty of wood from it. We even have some oak wood right here. I may actually try to get an oak sapling out of some of these leaves. And there we go. Of course, I remembered I can just break the log and the leaves will all decay. So we have an oak sapling now, a redwood sapling. I'm not sure if we're going to plant any redwood trees, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And the mahogany sapling as well. So I think we have quite a few wood types to work off of now. So we can head back and continue on the house. And I definitely think this is a very scenic place, minus the oil spout that is coming out of the ocean right there. We will have to get that taken care of, but it will be a nice source of fuel in a future episode. I'm also going to get started on a farm just so we can get a more reliable supply of food, whether it be from the pigs or just from bread. But make a bucket, step down here, grab some water, and use that to irrigate the farm. And all we really have right now are some seeds, but we will get those planted right there. Let's get that oak sapling planted so that we can use some oak wood in the house. And now with all of our farming complete, we can focus on this project. So how does the redwood look? It looks like we have these larger planks like that. We know how the jungle and oak looks. Let's see how the mahogany looks. Okay, the mahogany is going to be a lot more pink, especially next to the redwood and the magnolia, but we might be able to find a way to incorporate that as well. Maybe it would be a good roof. However, I do really like the log, the mahogany log, so I think we might use that for the trim of our house, and we will get started right here on this corner. And I can promise you right now we are going to outgrow this house very quickly. I think we may need to chop down this tree. I will replant all of these trees in the area after the house is complete. But we will outgrow this house very quickly. But I just want a shelter that we can come back to every night and just know that we have a place to live and sleep. So we will follow some sort of outline like this, and then have a nice little patio area that kind of steps out over here, and then of course the staircase down to the dock right there. Let's head over here into the side of this mountain to get some stone, and it looks like we have a nice cave entrance right there that will be useful for getting some ores here in the future. But we will step right down here, avoid any mobs, it doesn't look like we have any, and we will just dig out some stone. And we got a lapis out of one of these stones that I mined. Interesting. And actually, I also just noticed on the... what did we just get? I don't know. Anyway, I just noticed on the map in the top corner that... oh, maybe some sand. That we are on an island. So I think that is a pretty cool feature of our geographic region. We will be able to colonize this whole island, industrialize it, and probably eventually move on from it. But again, a ways down the road. We're definitely talking a lot about the future, but let's talk about the current moment here. So we'll make a furnace real quick, get that placed down. We will throw some beef in there, and I suppose the redwood is plentiful enough. Well, we'll probably end up using it though. I think we will go ahead and throw some of those mahogany planks in there. We have quite a few saplings from those mahogany trees. I think we will go with the magnolia planks for the floor inside. It's going to have a very warm and cozy look to it. A little bit vibrant, but I think it will work for this house. Alright, thank goodness that steak is all done cooking. We will chow down on some of that, and I have some cobblestone in the furnace now. I want to use some normal stone as a base for this house going around. And let's go ahead and make a stone cutter. I think we will get a lot of use out of that. And for the roof of this house, I'm going to do a cobblestone edge around it, and we will use mahogany slabs for the roof itself. We have a few options for stone and stone bricks as well. Can we put those back in there? Well, we can, but there's nothing unique. I don't know if I have chisel in here. Let's check. Okay, I do, but of course we will need to make a chisel, which is 1 stick and 1 iron, which we do have. We are going to go ahead and make that. I don't care if we need that iron ingot for something else. It'll be nice to have a chisel. And of course that gives us a lot of different options for blocks. I kind of like these sort of subway tiles, these small stone bricks. We will chisel all of those and get those placed down for the base of our house. We will also head down to the beach and grab some sand, make some windows for that. And for the walls of this house, we are going to use the redwood. And we have some rain that has rolled in, but perfect timing because we are just now getting the roof on our house, so we should be able to stay nice and dry from that. I know it's not nearly as extravagant as the house in the Optimistic Survival series, but it gets the job done. Again, very mismatched, but I think it certainly gets the job done. I do like the redwood planks as the walls though, those very long single boards. We need some windows now. I have the rest of the glass cooking in here, and we also need some doors. Let's see what our options for those are. The magnolia door has a sort of paper look to it. The mahogany door is almost like a grid, I guess. And the redwood door, well, I think that is the clear winner with a nice window at the front. I definitely like that, and it looks like our furnace just stopped. Perfect. And we will turn these into panes. And again, with our chisel, we will see what our options are. It looks like there's just very clear windows and the older style of glass as well. So I think we will just stick with the current glass. It definitely matches the door. And we need just one more. Perfect. So now with all of our doors in place, let's get some lights in here. And we have a thunderstorm now, so I think it might be a good idea to bring all of our belongings inside. And we can just sort of decorate as we see fit. So let's put a crafting table here, the bed in the corner. I think we can put our backpack on top of our bed, or on top of our crafting table, I should say. We can put the furnace and stone cutter over here in this corner. And let's put one chest right here by the bed, and the second one right here with all of those. And we are all settled in. I saw a small little grass fire right over there, but I think we are okay now. I'm just gonna let this thunderstorm play out instead of sleep through it. It definitely adds some nice ambience to the background of this video. So now with our house in place, like I said, we need some lanterns or lights. We're just going to kind of see what our options are here. Alright, it doesn't look like we have much, so we are just going to make some charcoal and use some torches. We'll get one put right over here above the bed. We'll do one above the workstations and one above the back door. And then we will do one more just right over here in the corner. Let's see what we have for tables and chairs. It looks like we have a few different options from the vanilla wood types. So if I have any oak wood, which I have one, I also have acacia wood and jungle as well. Our oak tree out here has grown though, so let me go chop this down. And we will just make a basic oak table with an oak fence and an oak chair. I only have enough for one right now, so we will place that down right here in the corner. And there we go. We have a nice little place that we can sit at and, well, I don't know. Just sit at for now. And finally, I think we should work on our animal situation, getting those pigs over towards our house right here. For that, we will need carrots, and for carrots, we will need, well, it doesn't look like we really have any options, so I guess we're just gonna have to see what we can do. Uh-oh. Whoa, I don't know what that is, but it just summoned. I heard a very loud lightning strike. We are gonna run back to our house very quick inside. I thought this island was gonna be safe, but it looks like we have some skeletons on horses shooting tipped arrows at us with the wither effect, so not really sure how we can handle this situation other than throwing the rest of these resources in our chest here and trying to kill them without dying. Alright, we killed the horse. Now we just gotta get the skeleton. There we go. I think that's not the first mob that or monster that we have killed, but the first dangerous one, that's for sure. And let's see if we can finish off that skeleton. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna eat real quick. Not really sure what this is all about. I don't know why that lightning strike just summoned a bunch of skeleton horses. I will have to do some research on this whole situation. And the horses are not hostile to us, it is only the skeletons. There we go. Alright, we finished off him, and we got the iron helmet enchanted with mana regen. If we put that on, does that regen our health? I don't know. It's not having any negative effects to us right now, so we will stick with that. Anyway, I'm not really sure if we can do anything about the pigs unless we head back to the village, which I will do between now and the next episode to bring the rest of those resources over here. But let's go ahead and finish off the episode by building a dock. So let's go ahead and start off with the dock itself, and then we will do the staircase back up to our house. And nothing too fancy or over the top for this. Just a nice little platform that we can leave our boat at and fish from. That'll be a great source of food. We'll just need to kill a spider, but we will work on that in the next episode. And then the staircase can just go up from here. And we just got a potato from one of the dirt blocks. How convenient is that? Let's go plant this over in our farm, and we will be able to grow this. We could even bone meal it with the bones that we killed from the skeletons, and we will be able to use that in the next episode and get a pig enclosure going. Again, it's not super visually appealing, but it definitely gets the job done. So we will park our boat right next to it and head up and finish off the episode from inside our house, where I really hope you enjoyed the whole build and the relocation of our permanent settlement. I know I said that we would probably end up sticking around in that village for a while, but I just decided it would be best if we got off on our own just to progress by ourselves and progress in a different manner. But again, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely leave a like on this video and do make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for still pending all of the mods and the mod pack that I am playing on. I am hoping to get that uploaded to CurseForge in the coming days. But again, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.